Radiant team ban.
Hello everybody, and welcome back to your coverage of Dota Pit Season 4. I'm Bo2. This is Dota Capitalist, and we are your casters for the for Dota Pit.
10 seconds remaining.
Sorry, beating. I really am.
5 seconds remaining.
I'll also be your observer for today.
Radiant team pick.
Toby One, official observer.
Official, everyone stop assuming shit they don't know. Big shout out to
Toby One, the official observer, with Richard Lewis doing the panel.
Thorin will be doing interviews on the field.
Lewis be doing because
I know he's doing the panel. He
get some
can't do both.
No, so he can get some one-on-one time with the players.
Oh. Yeah, maybe this could be like an ESL thing that they could do. Obviously Richard Lewis works so well with ESL. And they just actually have like a boxing ring, and Richard Lewis like steps up to the plate, and there's certain personalities he has beef with that he invites into the ring.
You know how Coddle Guy had a hard time getting interviews from the players?
Yeah.
Richard Lewis wouldn't.
No,
Give me that interview.
A little more direct. Like Dakota is such a nice guy. Like, he'd walk up and go, "Hey guys, like, I've got time. Like, we really want to do this interview before you go up on stage." You just have like someone who comes in and goes, "Yo, interview now. We gotta do it. Let's go. Hot. That's it.
Sure.
We need something like that.
With first pick for Team Liquid, Dazzle Ember Spirits is the response from HellRaisers. Dazzle is a little bit interesting to me because it's like saving hero versus saving hero. I don't know. So the Dazzle is like this physical damage. Like, he facilitates physical damage really well with Weave. He does a little bit of physical damage of his own between Shadow Wave and Touch. But then he's with an Ember Spirit who is like mostly magic damage early on, like 25 minutes of the game. Even once you get Battle Fury, you're not really even that much physical damage most of the time. It's only once you get like Crystallis, Daedalus that physical damage is prevalent. So, and he's also a very mobile hero that usually doesn't need saving, so it feels awkward to have Dazzle with him.
Yeah, that they just expected the Gyrocopter to pick up against. That was
Team Liquid's turn to ban.
Yeah. Maybe it's just meant for something else. Do HellRaisers run a Broodmother? Do they run anything like that? Something which would then around and then go like that big burst heal?
Your Broodmother, but I think it's more likely that it's just like, we just like Dazzle, we want to be able to have a saving mechanism, and if they do get something, like, that's the thing. If they do get something like, say, Disruptor, or I guess technically they could still have room for like Beastmaster or some sort of like really solid lockdown hero against Ember Spirit where he's not able to make that kind of jump away, then the Shallow Grave actually will be really effective because oftentimes many heroes are just going to die once their Shallow Grave runs out, right? Not Ember Spirit. He'll have ample opportunity to be able to zip.
And I almost feel like we're in a different world now looking at this draft. Like, I don't know what's going on because it's not the same thing as we've been seeing non-stop for the last couple of games. Death Prof as well as the they still ban out the Gyro. I don't really understand that much. Like, I know Gyro offers a lot, but like, if you got that defensive weave on, the Gyro's damage is almost nothing. And the Ember Spirit would soak up most of the Gyro damage anyway. Maybe it's also just a direct respect of Matumbaman.
I mean, that's the thing. It's one of Matumbaman's best heroes, and it's also just a strong carry.
Puck.
You know how I was talking about how you want to be able to have carries that are able to fight?
Turn to pick.
Yeah.
Gyrocopter is the fighting carry, you know?
Feels like HellRaisers are also block picking here with the Puck.
Yeah, they could.
It stops Sparta from having that high maneuverable, like, teamfight controlling ganker. Someone that's able to keep them there when the Wiz relocates in his core.
Yeah, no, it's not just that. The Puck is good versus Dazzle with the silence. He's good versus Ember Spirit with the silence. He has really good synergy with the Wisp because of the way that he controls heroes for so long. That easily sets up relocate. So there's a lot of reasons that the Puck would have been a great hero for Team Liquid to have. Now
Yeah.
they're forced into something different, and OD, which probably destroys Puck.
I should have backed myself to say that. It was in the back of my mind, I'm like, what else has Sparta really got that would completely, like, walk all over a puck? Allowed to be completely over-aggressive. OD is it, and a Pudge
Team Liquid's
from
turn to
HellRaisers?
pick.
Hello.
The funny thing is, like, the setup with OD's imprisonment is normally a fantastic thing for things like arrows and hooks. Because you're there for 4 seconds. You can easily reposition in that time, get it out. And I'm wondering if OD, like, if he self-imprisons, if that's going to be a good thing. Like, it works nicely against the puck because his blink dagger gets put on cooldown.
Radiant team back.
Take damage the second you come out of the imprisonment. Does have a blink dagger, there's no escape like that. Yeah, Team Liquid now with the Night Stalker pickup.
You know what was fairly common
10
in NA, I'm
seconds
not sure if
remaining.
it's still common, a couple weeks ago, Mirana
5
and
seconds remaining.
the idea being behind it is that you, later on in the game, you
Reserve
slide a
time.
fist and chains from a distance,
Yeah.
and the chains last long enough that a Mirana can usually get off the arrow. Right, so you're able to get this like instant disable on somebody at really long range, and then the arrow can follow up. The same kind of philosophy can be used here
Team
with Ember
Liquid's
Spirit Pudge.
turn to bat.
You know, long range, almost instant disable,
Radiant
sets up a
team
free
picked.
Pudge hook. I'm not sure like what other ideas behind the Pudge there are, to be honest, because I don't feel like he's particularly strong versus Tusk or Wisp. I don't think that he has a whole lot of synergy with.
Maybe they're just looking for something which is able to like work the offlane, because he's either a support or he's a core offlane. And if you run like a
10
Dazzle
seconds
Pudge, the
remaining.
Night Stalker's not really going to harass you out. If this is a support Night
5
Stalker or an
seconds
offlane Night
remaining.
Stalker, it's a question mark depending where the Tusk or the Night Stalker end up.
Team Liquid's
Okay,
turn
and then
to
they get the
pick.
Dazzle and Enchantress pickup.
Okay, Pudge Enchantress as a dual offlane with Dazzle Ember Spear at the bottom lane.
Okay.
So this is going to be a
explain the
4
dual
position.
offlane.
This is still going to be a 4-position Pudge. The Enchantress is going to be the core tier. It's going to be very similar to the Enchantress Abaddon
Tinker.
combination. You really just want a tanky frontline hero. It doesn't necessarily need to be able to heal the Enchant. And Tinker again, Team Liquid. Repeat performance after that terrible game number 1. The thing is that game number 1 wasn't really set up for a Tinker. This game, however, it is. You needed a burst hero against Enchantress.
But up against all the other heroes, he's not as great. Like Pudge has resistance, Ember Spirit has his shield. The Puck is really good at catching out the Tinker. The Dazzle can also make it so you can survive a little bit longer in the fight. So maybe like Tinker can't get that killing blow. And then you got the Enchantress heal as well kicking in. So I can see it. I can definitely see it working, and it's right up against the Enchantress. Physical damage isn't going to do jack.
10 seconds remaining.
I'd also be a little concerned that they're lacking the
5
bite
seconds
if the
remaining.
OD doesn't get a good start. Like, Farder needs to be able to have, like, a really good start so he can start, like, pumping up the damage. If that's the case, he's going to walk over everybody. If that's not the case, he's kind of dead.
Goes to Mind
Prepare for battle.
Control's got to have a good start here. That may be ensured by Kuro, but I think it's more likely he's mid. Because he'll be not really sitting too much mid, but he'll be stacking up the camps for Tinker to farm up later.
Okay.
I think he was just bottom lane to give Mind Control some movement speed so he can get out to lane faster.
I'm actually just wondering if...
Which he forgot his items.
No, he, I think originally they were planning on just making the run. They were running, like, directly down the lane.
Yeah.
And then they just changed their mind saying, yo, no, we need to set this up so we can do the pull across. So we can try and throttle the lane. Kuro's way too far over, but obviously tether was a good thing.
He is okay.
30 seconds to battle.
And it reveals where HellRaisers are. HellRaisers also getting a lot of vision over on Farder as well as Matumberman. It looks like HellRaisers, they're just going to take the bottom row and they'll give up the top.
Yeah, I don't think either team has a clear advantage when it comes to fighting, actually. I think the biggest advantage is just HellRaisers have Pudge.
The battle
a hook,
begins.
fantastic. If not, don't try and like really brawl it out with it.
This.
Because you should not underestimate OD's damage. Or he does actually do a very fair amount. And between imprisoning someone, taking them out of the fight entirely, and his starting right-click damage, he is really good. Really good starting. Partly because null talismans are cheap, but also because his natural stats he starts.
Rowan's got enough money, he will buy the bottle. Because he buys the bottle though, this camp is not going to spawn. He's going to look at it and go, okay, yep, something's happened here. It was the Pudge that walked up with the sentry ward and just took it out. Now you look where the Dire Vision is. They have no wards on the Radiant side of the map currently. Mind Control is still holding on to his Observer ward. I'm trying to work out where the other one is. Do they even buy another one?
I don't think Mind Control's playing this correctly, by the way. Taking up too much damage from the Dazzle. He could definitely fight the Dazzle. There's no reason to unless he's like really scared that the Pudge is gonna hook him if he starts battling with the Dazzle, but I guess we know that the...
I'm assuming the other Dire Observer ward was dewarded on the top lane. I'm assuming that's what happened. But you've also got the sentries that are overlapping. The second Liquid look down into the river, they're going to see a little bit more.
That said, HR do screw up their bottom lane. Safe lane, they got double range creeps, and now Mind Control gets a free level 2. Probably some... yeah.
Someone can't be feeling too secure here. Even though Enchantress doesn't have this camp, like she cuts through. Oh, Shashlo, walk an inch further. Inch. You'll see it. Like, you know you got a sentry ward down. And then he's got an easy camp where he can just be grabbing, like, creeps from every time. Farter, he's asking for help. There's a lot of pings coming in as Pudge who's going up through the river. And with the hook, he pulls Farter away into the rot. There's an orb up in 2 seconds time. Appo's just going to attack him. Now the orb will fly out. He doesn't jaunt over. Actually, he will jaunt over. Pudge with a haste rune.
Back to mid, curl.
He doesn't want to though. Puck's already there waiting for him.
That's for your impertinence.
End of frickin' Chronicles of Riddick 2 I died.
Okay, that was unfortunate for Team Liquid, because that was just YOLO Warrior picking up a haste rune. What can you do about that? You had a good situation where you could have gotten a lot of damage on Apo, and it's all interrupted by the fact that got lucky with it.
I'm quite sure what that initiation was from Jirax. He just snowballed at Sarshlo, but Sarshlo doesn't care. He's still got, like, he's got one more Hadouken left over on Matumberman. Potentially he could just harass him out of the lane. He actually decides to use his enchant again. Like, that creeps out of mana now.
Enchantress is a thing.
My sprites
Again.
are with us.
Against with. Now that I think.
Sarshlo, can he outrun this? Okay.
Man. Right click him.
He's doing it. He's actually done it. The Fairy Fire has to be expended.
With the
Sarshlo,
courier?
he's
What?
living so long. I don't know, the courier came in the
What the
middle
hell?
of the fight with the bloody bottle. Some of them are still going to survive, and there's no mana on that Sata.
Oh my god, that was a courier and 2 different heroes that literally had 1 hit apiece. And none of them died. Oh, Shachlo's got to be so upset by that.
Correct. That
He almost just handedly won his lane. He gets a kill on the Tinker? Wow.
it wouldn't just been like killing the Tinker. That was the Tinker's bottle that was being delivered on the courier. And the delivery didn't happen straight away. The courier walked in and stopped. So I think the initial command that was given to the courier was to stay back just a little bit in front of the tower.
I mean, it should be upgraded anyway.
Yeah, we're only 4 minutes in.
Maybe like
people.
one of the supports was pulling a clutch play, and if they saw the Enchantress turn, they would have been able to buy the courier before the right click hits. But it feels like that was just a messy engagement that up.
While they're rotating all these heroes, Undershock is free farming this Ember Spirit in the bottom lane. And we'll see what item progression he decides to go for. YOLO Warrior is the man that's having more fun. Oh, hello Courier, scouts out Mind Control. Mind Control can't do anything about it, and they're kind of expecting HellRaisers. Obviously, it's nighttime. Night Stalker wants to get aggressive, but he's only level 3. So he's not going to do that much on the field at the moment. Looks like he's just gonna walk back into the lane with Undershock.
Pretty bad for him to not be there in that bottom lane. In fact, he's still playing too passive, not getting experience.
He's gonna be worried about the pudge. That has to be it, because if he gets hooked into a rod, like he's still gonna have the movement speed to run away, because obviously he's a Night Stalker in nighttime with boots available. But if he's controlled for too long and he gets Searing Chains, he's just gonna die and waste most of his nighttime.
There is
again,
something to be said though about being too passive in life. Making this rotation though, if this works out, it's all worth it.
Well, Afo should. Wait, they didn't start with the imprisonment.
They don't have. Oh, he does have silence.
Afo's gonna go down. Yeah, it's a 1-1-3. A 1-1-1 build.
Oh,
hello. That hook still works.
They're gonna kill the pudge.
Yeah, they got a double damage rune on that OD, so there's more than enough damage to get through YOLO Warrior. And that's the kind of start the Fada was looking for. Dying early on, obviously not the play, but now he's 1-1-1. So yeah, KDA.
Never refuse gold, give
They
it.
should still be very concerned about how much farm that Ember Spirit's pulling in. Like, he's not ahead of the OD now. Well, he still is ahead of the OD, but he's not ahead by so far because of those 2 kills he was involved in.
I was just about to say they need to pull the pudge up the top lane. The Enchantress just about to get means that she has really good kill potential. She could just hit the slow and the hook lands, guaranteed kill.
Vision line for the dire side here. I still no observer was. Their observer ward they placed is actually the more defensive one. Point where it just watches the ancients. Oh, that looked a little close.
If that was a level 5 pudge, he would have gotten the kill. That just needed probably 100.
Fada's got an invis rune. He's preparing on bottom lane. The issue is where Ember Spirit, like he's got one defensive spirit. I say defensive. That's more of an aggressive spirit. Over in the tree lines, but it's enough to get away from the initiation. And the Dazzle standing behind kind of makes this almost an impossible kill for Fada. So Undershock will show himself again. Flame Guard up. Fada will have to start with the imprisonment though. And again, he has to, because Undershock's just going to run himself up underneath the tower. Now Fada appears. Mind control still very low. Undershock doesn't have a long way to jump to that spirit. In fact, now the spirit tires out.
Damage,
and
got him!
Fada just blows the ulti.
Oh, got him! Should have seen that coming a mile away.
Surprised he didn't shower.
Yeah.
Like, is it level 1? No, it's level 2, so he would have had the range for it.
Yeah, no, he was just running away. I think he expected the Ember Spirit to live for some reason, but when Fada gets that many right clicks with Arcade Orb, his ultimate's gonna do crap tons of damage.
It might have actually been the positioning, because the Fire Remnant was over here in the tree line, and the Dazzle was walking in that direction, so maybe he thought the Remnant would just jump him out that way, and then he could just heal him up when he's over in the trees. But the Remnant timed out as that fight was happening. The Dazzle may not have been aware of that. I'm just trying to think about what could have happened.
I'm just gonna say it.
You screwed up, Cat.
You screwed up.
Dire's top tower is under
I believe
attack.
it was unintentional mistake. I believe in you, goddamn. So
Dire's
Shardflow's
top
getting
tower
all
is
the
under
space in the world in
attack.
the top lane to do whatever the hell he wants. The Observer Ward makes it so he knows exactly what's coming his way again. And this tower is practically dead. The catapult, which is currently being controlled by the
Dire's
Enchantress,
structures
so he can
are
time the
fortified.
attack perfectly, will get the last hit up to the tower. So more and more money coming in.
Dire's
This
bottom
Ench,
tower is under attack.
Do you actually think about getting something? Because she's currently got the Rope of Magi. This could be something like drums, but I'm wondering if it's worthwhile getting Orchid in this game up against someone like the OD.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I will tell you right now, Orchid, if you can get it, if you have the luxury of getting it, destroys on Enchantress because it gives you the attacks. But I don't know. The idea is behind it is kind of nice, but I think it leaves you a bit too exposed.
She's getting the drums anyway. She just picked up the bracer. But after the drums, you still actually have that option. But they just need something up against the OD, which isn't Afo.
Dire's
Like,
bottom
Afo's gonna
tower
have
is
the
under attack.
potential silence control on the OD, but it always puts him in peril. And maybe the ability to stop a Tinker from getting out as well is going to be really worthwhile. So Afo can go into something more like a Yule Scepter to cancel those TPs or to dispel the initial silence. Just thinking of the options.
Time to dive the tower.
Dyer's
I'm gonna get a
middle
hook on
tower
my
is
control.
under attack.
That Observer Ward, now that we hit, we're in daytime, it sees a hell of a lot.
Dyer's
A YOLO
bottom
Warrior,
tower
the
is
Tubman,
under
they
attack.
see the TP coming in,
Dyer's
they
bottom
know it's the
tower
Wisp,
is falling.
instant hook, there is no Dismember, but the Impedance flies up, that Spirit from Undershock chasing after the Wisp, they really want a Kuro dead, and with the Dream Core snapping on Matumberman, he should also die here. Another Spirit jump, they're almost at the tier 3 towers, Afo too deep, the one charge will go farting to it, just attack with one orb, but he's able to phase shift, can't jaunt away, he actually had the opportunity to do so. Actually, I don't know if he got silenced at that point, hence he actually got that cancelled. That was so deep, but they still get the Tinker, the Tusker, and the Wisp for
Radiant's
a
middle
puck.
tower is under
And
attack.
puck by Blink.
And Gotham's gonna die here, but look how much time it's gonna take them to
Are they
actually
stalking
catch
him with a
this.
courier.
Yeah,
They're
they
almost
are.
baiting him to attack the courier, which is it's
but-
going to slow him down. You can't body block with the courier.
Yeah, they'll catch up eventually. Just want to make sure they don't get juked here.
His dream would be to have that. Wait, doesn't he? He could have just shell a grave and,
Yeah, I
and wasted
don't
some
know
more
why.
time.
Because I was gonna explain. You know, he's gonna get a really good amount of distance here. They're gonna chase him a long ways, and then he'll still have an extra 5 seconds with shell grave. Can't kill him. So obviously him dying isn't
Dyer's
worth that
bottom
amount of
tower
time,
is
but
under
considering the whole 2 for 3 trade-off plus that second kill that you got took a lot of time away from you. That was, I think, a great engagement for him.
Alright, so 6-6 on the board. This game is a lot closer than before. It's still the advantage going the way of HellRaisers as far as the gold goes. Experience has swung back the way of Team Liquid recently. And the fact that Matumberman hasn't been completely shut down is a big perk for Team Liquid. But Afo has his Blink Dagger. Finally going to have the initiation they're searching for. YOLO Warrior needs to find his level 6. So it might be worthwhile giving him some space to get that. If they had Dismember at the start of that fight, they never would have had to chase like they did. It would have just been a straight hook to control. That may be a rare case though, because they did actually have a vision advantage. Hello, relocate. Coming in. They kill off Thundershock, committing that Eclipse again from the OD. A lot of rotations. They find the Tusker slightly out of position. Afo's keeping mind control at bay. YOLO Warrior looking for the hook. Wow, that's off. Enchantress.
They still got mind control. Jerix. Oh, they're not gonna get him.
Too late in the heal bomb. They did pick up, as you said, like the Night Stalker in the bottom river.
Yeah, they really wanted that
Radiant's
kill
middle tower is
on,
under attack.
on Tusk though,
Dyer's
because that would have
bottom
gotten YOLO
tower is
Warrior
under
level
attack.
6 plus. Later on to the game, you know, you start getting clutch sheep. Every kill counts.
Build is starting.
Refuse gold given.
Ether Lens Punch is on the way. These range hooks will be really difficult to deal with. I'm still waiting for like big Europe versus China game where the Pudge keeps getting played by the Europeans. So it's like, haha.
Dyer's
You
middle
have experience
tower
with
is
this
under
hero?
attack.
Chinese got more and more experience with it of late, so I can't look towards that.
Who was playing it?
It was VG Gaming, I think, that I was actually playing around with a little bit. Just some of the
nice double
the
silence.
tier 2 Chinese teams were playing it.
Oh, okay.
Just already found one. Okay, they just keep jumping. They're Syrian chains, but under shock. 105 movement speed versus Spirit. Yeah, that's not gonna win for some of them. 2 quick
Dyer's
kills.
middle tower is under
Probably
attack.
unnecessary Dismember, but still a kill nonetheless. Sure to conserve his mana a lot more. Could you go in Tranquils without a Soul Ring for Pudge? Without a bottle?
Well, it helps. He just did a little bit of micro there, dropped the energy booster,
Dyer's
and
middle tower
bonded.
has fallen.
So he's practically got enough for nothing. You are correct. A little bit more careful with that.
A sustain.
Afo's invis here will catch out Kuro. Free kill. Kuro's realizing the orbs are popping, but it's
Radiant's bottom tower is
Silence
under
lasts for
attack.
too long.
Dire's
not
middle tower.
rise
Kuro
as
didn't
I
really have
pass.
anything he could tether to at that range. Black Panther is now going to play a little bit more of a
Radiant's
control game. A
bottom
Rod of
tower is under
Atos
attack.
is his choice of item now.
It's just a strong item. Gives you great intelligence stats. If you're like playing super aggressively and you're winning the laning phase,
Radiant's bottom
Orchid.
tower is under attack.
You mentioned that item earlier on Enchantress. The reason I know it destroys is because I've seen enough OD Orchid builds. They're really nasty. Really, really nasty. And you pick up like a Shadow Blade later on to the game, you play it like Slasher's Silencer. Really gross. You just pick off heroes left and right. It's a very pub style build. I will put it that way though.
But I'm wondering if she's doing it. Quarterstaff, but this looks like a Dragon Lance.
Radiant's bottom
Oh, yeah,
tower
no, it's
is
definitely
under
Dragon
attack.
Yeah. You always go Dragonlance first. It's too efficient.
Yeah. You got Dragon Lance, you got drums, and maybe by this point you may even have a BKB or a Yule Scepter on that OD. Dispel the silence. Dispel's a little late. Yeah, Dragon Lance is on the way.
Oh man, playing Enchantress is actually
Radiant's
so much.
bottom tower
It's
is under
it's a
attack.
very disgusting hero. I hate playing against it, but
I
I
saw
played
you guys doing your scrims the
Yeah,
other night. You had Jacob on Chen and you on the Enchantress. It was like
well, they weren't
levels of
scrims.
skill.
They weren't scrims. We were just playing random
Radiant
pubs.
structures
Okay.
are fortified.
And that's why we had an Enchantress and Chen on the
Dire's
same team.
structures are
But
fortified.
that hero, ooh,
Dire's top tower
God, when you
is
get
under
Dragonlance, Aghanim's, and then you
Radiant's
get an
bottom
attack
tower
speed
has
item,
fallen.
so I just went like straight Moon Shard after that.
Okay.
Pew 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 pew. Like the beat just allies, like they had an Omni Knight for God's sake, and it didn't matter because they're like repel, and I'm like it's pure
Dire's
damage.
top
They're like
tower has
ultimate. I'm
fallen.
like it's pure damage. What are you gonna do?
Is it still worth going for something more like a Mana style? On sorry, Mana style, a Mask of Madness over on the Enchantress to get that attack speed item?
That was a thing at one point in time.
It was. I'm wondering why it fell off.
I don't. I think it makes you too squishy. Like the thing is that you should be playing off your natural tankiness, where like enemy
Afro,
right click.
phase shift. They're relocating in, but then the Dream Coil ends up catching 3. Yola Warrior, oh my! Marta just destroys them. He'll imprison to start with. Get a fair amount of stolen damage. He's just looking to make him pop. Jarflo's gonna run away. There goes your pop. He can't get the attack into Understruck though. Understruck just moving out of range. But Rod of Atos off cooldown in 1 second time. So slow your horses. Where did he spirit to? All the way down to the bottom lane. So he'll survive through that unless Mind Control is able to get the silence over on Afro right now. They're not going to find another one. And in fact, Mind Control will get silenced himself. A good fight there for Team Liquid.
Yeah, excellent fight. That actually brings them back into the game pretty handedly. They still have to worry about this Ember Spirit. He's now completed his drums with travel, but you're probably not looking at a 25-minute Battle Fury here. Feels more likely we'll see a 30-minute Battle Fury, just with the way that I think Team Liquid is going to start taking control of the game. Now that they have like Blink Dagger on Tinker, they've got this big stat item on the OD, so he can be playing aggressive. And you also have heroes like Tusk and Night Stalker. You should be playing aggressive around no matter what kind of team you have. So I think they're
HellRaisers just smoked on an observer ward,
well, this is probably a pretty smart smoke.
but they smoked on an
Your
obs ward.
place is here.
Yes, there's an observer ward they were right on top of,
but they're
but
still gonna
Liquid
get it.
didn't pay attention to it. And that means Kuro is going to go down and Mind Control directly after him.
Was it this ward?
It was this ward, and they had one hero here, one hero here, and one hero here. The other one was here. Observer ward, like that's the dire vision right there. They should have seen it.
Yeah, they should have noticed, like, oh, 3 heroes instantly disappeared.
Yep.
Chances of them
Radiant's
all
middle
entering
tower
fog at
is
the
under
same
attack.
time is really unlikely.
Just a small little thing. Dan will take care of the creep wave on the top lane. That's a large chunk of experience for him as well as gold if he can get it.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
A little on the hill, but it's still fine.
Glimmer Cake's pretty.
Glimmer Cave?
And then later on, turn it into a shadow. Because you want the casual quote. It's fairly common. You gotta make sure that you just down in a lot of these fights.
At the same time, having that spell shield when you finish up the full like hood.
Yeah, the full Hood of Defiance. I was just thinking that Glimmer Cape is kind of like Hood, but it's, you know. Whereas the full Hood of Defiance, in my opinion, is a pretty big investment, especially when you could be complete Axe right now, and Axe still gets you stacks.
Yeah, that's a little cocky. Goddamn, went to the dire side of the river.
Liquid go for a smoke now with this nighttime.
They did it underneath an observer ward. This time though, HellRaisers pinged it. Obs were a little bit further up in the lane. So HellRaisers, they're ready for this. They're already rotating down. You're going to have to relocate coming in from Kuro as well as Sparta. But it's the backlines where Jirax is currently getting nuked down. The snowball is delaying the fight. Now, they've already killed off YOLO Warrior as Jirax, Shards can't get away. Aphro's attack. And it's not even then a Sharshlow attacking that gets the kill. Undershock now brings in his support. The Sans is doing some work and they need to stop the Enchantress. Just gonna pepper through the entire team. Sparta closed the distance, got the ulti available, but he's not gonna really kill anyone with it, so he ends up holding it. And Sharshlow proves that Enchantress is a real core. Ends up with a triple kill.
Definitely is, and that just sped us straight to that Hood of Defiance into an Aghanim Scepter.
There's TP's coming in. BT's from a Tumberman, trying to stop the attack from Undershock.
Yeah.
But the laser is easily at least able to do that. Undershock takes so much damage, however, the hook. The range. Almost gonna get a max zoom to watch that one go.
Oh, and a regen. Would you look at that? No mana, no HP, no problem.
What a lucky devil. What's what Tumberman up to? Tumberman's going in for a Bloodstone build. You could say it's a little less popular on Tinker these days, but Tinker is less popular these days.
Hey, Obi, mechanical question for you.
Uh-huh?
March of the Machines used
Hang
to
on,
be
wait,
physical damage,
you're
right?
you're asking me a mechanical question? How long ago do you want to go back? Because it used to be composite damage.
Yeah, I just mean in Dota 2. Were they simple?
Was it ever physical? I think it was always magical.
I was just watching the Shell from Hood of Defiance walk out the... Huh.
Oh, we haven't really had the shell though. So when was the shell added on a hood?
Well, I mean, it would have applied to Pipe as well.
Yeah. Pipe was normally the way you ran under the March of the Machines previously. I was actually kind of hoping that we'd get a blade mail build out from the Pudge,
middle tower is under attack.
as well as the Enchantress, because that's like the ultimate dick move. For those out there who ever play up against a Tinker in any kind of pub game,
Radiant's middle tower
like
is
if you're playing as a 5-man stack, all build blade mail and run into the March of the Machines.
Yeah, it used to be universal damage, meaning that it could have done damage to units.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
So that's what I kind of meant by like physical, like as in it would hit you even if you were magic immune.
Okay.
Radiant
Sorry, I
structures
should
are
have
fortified.
clarified that better.
Radiant's
But yeah,
top
it was
tower
universal
is under
damage.
attack.
So
You're gonna make me go back into
Radiant's top tower
the mechanic
is
studies again.
mechanics, whatever.
All I
Valve
remember-
made things simple for us, simple-minded
Radiant's
casters.
top tower is under
All I
attack.
remember
Magical or
is-
physical?
I remember just talking to Synderen with our Warcraft 3 cast, and every time Tinker was played, it was being played so much back then, and every time it was played, it just kept asking the question, like, does March of the Machines kill this thing? And Synderen's answer was always yes and no. And I'm like,
Yes and
what?
no.
like, how does that work? It's like, well, it's composite damage, so it goes through this, it doesn't go through that, but it goes through that, it doesn't go through
Radiant's
this. I'm just
middle
like,
tower
this
is
doesn't
under
make any
attack.
sense. It's like, yeah, everything is very specific when it came to March of the Machines. God, I actually am really happy those days are over.
Yeah, an a ground universal damage.
Oh, Matumba. Wait. Okay, so he just backed up. I was waiting for YOLO Warrior to move forward and go for the hook onto Matumbaman. Unless he's waiting for the TP out, but that's not going to happen. So you got a Blink Dagger now, and Ember Spirit is his next major item. So he actually bypassed going for the BTs. I mean, going for the Battle Fury. and instead went in for the Blink Dagger. Makes more sense when like HellRaisers still needed like big initiator, and that's one way to do it. Jirax, that phase shift from Afro, it barely missed the hook, and now mind control into the trees. Tries to survive, but with the Dream Ball down, Puck now will go down. Matumba's doing so much work from the tree lines. YOLO Warrior's being kept up by the Shallow Grave. He has to outrun the March of the Machines, however, making this a 2-for-1 trade-off.
That Puck just got blown the hell up. They're underneath all these March of the Machines, and all of a sudden, laser rocket.
Down the corner.
Radiant's
Killed him too.
middle tower
One,
is
not
under
to die,
attack.
but two to get it because he only just got the Bloodstone, so he's going to start racking up the charges. And is this also the time? Because you want to have a Dagon against the Enchantress, right? So... Did he just... Did he actually cancel the TP by enchanting the creep that you're beating onto?
I'm fairly certain it does. He didn't enchant the creep. Matumba just canceled it.
Okay.
Did it. But,
Can we stop asking ourselves mechanical questions that we don't know the answers to? I know I want to learn.
It should.
I
mean,
want to learn.
I am like 99% about that. Be the same if I Helmet Domed it. Hutka! No. Need to drink more vodka.
That's what we call a wide hook.
Vodka. Need. Dazzle.
Need more Australians in this office. You at least get that reference
Toby,
to baseball, right? But you're not a baseball man.
Well,
Yeah, in cricket.
baseball is actually the world's most boring sport.
Wow, really? Most people
it
are
might
just
be
like,
cricket.
yeah,
I don't know.
Because that's what I was like. It's a wide ball in cricket.
I mean, is cricket really a sport? Is that just an excuse?
Get out of the studio!
Isn't that an excuse just to drink tea and crumpets? Wait.
Oh my! No! No!
I listened to Pyrian Flax's
Oh, they see him.
of
Oh wow! Well, the Tinker rolls towards the back, boys.
Yep.
It's just like thinking it's like they know, somehow they know.
I listened to Pyrian Flax's explanation.
Period Flax hates cricket, but it's also fair enough because he's locked in the English institution. Chirax is now on the run, but with the Silence and Undershock, they're going to trigger the drum charge too, but Undershock is fine. He's got a Dazzle right behind him. In fact, where did he jump? He jumped all the way up into the trees on the top. Matumba's BTing up for this. I hate to say it to Matumba, but okay, no, he's not going to get ganked. With the Blink Dagger on the Ember Spirit, his initiation range is actually quite huge and can catch out the Tinker. It's probably the one hero on the entire of the HellRaisers lineup that can move globally across the map and still chase down the Tinker. But yeah, Pyrian, Pyrian is Pyrian. Man needs to be entertained.
I don't know,
Cricket
man.
doesn't
His
always
explanation
entertain.
of cricket, it made sense to me.
So in our tea break, we had beer and Lamingtons. When I played cricket back in Australia, we had beer and Lamingtons.
Yeah, no one knows. No one listening to this broadcast right now.
I
Radiant's
know.
top
Go
tower
look it up.
is
Google is your friend. Appo is like he has no friends.
Transformation.
Seriously, the Lamingtons will blow your world. Someone go out there and just cook Lamingtons.
It's a
Goddamn. He just decides to walk straight past Turax. The hook back will keep him alive a little bit longer, but he's still silent, so he cannot Shallow Grave himself. YOLO Warriors now on the run to the shot. Oh! Almost getting the block from Turax. They've still got the control with that Blink Dagger on Matoma. He's just bouncing across the field. He'll TP back in a moment and almost pick up that Dagon of his.
Radiant's middle tower is under
In fact,
attack.
he's actually going to go a Yule Scepter Tinker.
Radiant structures
Yeah,
are
this-
TP.
you.
That's, yeah, I don't know about the Yules. Jirax, quick snowball. He's still going to end up dying to the Ember Spirit. There was a flame card that was up. Maybe that's what he's looking to take off, though. Yule Scepter would have achieved that.
Wow, that silence just destroyed Shotula. He was trying so hard. If he just had, if he wasn't silenced, he was able to get any embedded shots off there. Guaranteed gets the kill on the Night Stalker. Yule Scepter against Puck.
Puck silence.
Silence. That's got to be the only thing.
Potentially he
reason
could
for
also
that.
just Yule Scepter the second punch tries to go for a hook.
Yeah, maybe.
To dodge an impetus damage.
No, you can hook out of it.
Oh yeah, you can hook. Yes, you can. You're right.
It is a tornado-defying hook.
Kind of stupid. It's like you grab the eye of the storm and just drag it back.
So,
Another one of those like mechanically things that doesn't make sense.
but yeah, Dagon. I mean, I was with you on Dagon. I think that would have made sense against Shoshlo, right?
It's either that or they feel like they're controlling Charge low enough. And they're more worried about the Ember Spirit.
The next big thing will be, I think, OG gets
Shashlo. Those are rockets, they're going to hook him back, quickly healed. And then also try and protect him in the cover.
Oh,
The
the initiation!
big Dream Coil! Absolutely huge! Catching almost all of them, but Barda's still fighting. Wait for the Yoli to have drop. Barda's waiting for it. He's doing the early damage, and Understrucker goddamn only barely survived. They're off the Tusker. Barda now turns dismembered up. They need to keep him alive, and they're able to do so. A self-imprisonment. Mind Control found himself in too deep. There goes your mech again. So Kuro, even with the one-time, giving the life back to Barda. And they've got Shashlo completely isolated. Another quick imprisonment. And Kuro, wait, they're giving him? No.
No,
They knew he was dead from the damage that came from the imprisonment.
Yeah. I think Kuro tried to snipe it though. He's like, maybe my spirit will hit before the damage goes out.
Unless they were trying to give him more levels. If they isolate themselves like that, it should only be Kuro who gets the levels, right?
Middle tower
Yeah,
is under attack.
I don't know. Bro doesn't need that. Doesn't need levels.
No.
What are you gonna get? Like level 3 relocate? That's not that big of a deal.
But Roshan's a good Roshan.
What did Fada get? The BKB? Yeah, the BKB. So now Enchantress's game is done. This is what happens. BKB. Now BKB is not good defensively against Enchantress. It used to be able to block out Impetus. It doesn't anymore.
Get over here! Barda triggers the BKB, so he's protected for now. But now in comes Undershock with the Sleight of Fist. Roshan's still alive at all this point. Durex is going to go down, but Barda, the control is too much. Kuro's waiting to come back and just tether the back end. And with the Martial Machines cover fire, HellRaisers in a world of hurt. Afro just trying to jaunt himself away to safety, but Matumba keeping up with him. They'll go for another imprisonment. The damage isn't enough to kill him, but it's going to bring him pretty close to critical. And where do you go, Puck? He blinks and he dies. Tinker will take the kill, and now Liquid can finish Roshan.
So, back to the BKB defensively, it used to block out Impetus shots, but now a recent patch change makes it so that Impetus goes through BKB. So defensively, it's not very good at all. But offensively, it means you ignore Untouchable. So it means that now, Fada can just turn and blow up that Enchantress. Slow him down with Rod of HOs, just run at him and...
So Enchantress can't need a BKB of her own. Pretty much.
Maybe, I don't know. I don't know what the answer is.
So, pushing across the map. The Ember Spirit still saying his global movement is going to be enough that he keeps Team Liquid at bay. So all the pressure which Matumba applies, like it's not one of those pressures where you got like a huge army of creeps right behind you. So Undershock can still just flash farm the wave. He just can't die to this kind of stuff. So he blinks and then straight back to well.
Yeah, he's okay for now
goddamn.
against the Tinker, but Scythe...
Here's your initiation. Dazzle.
Leave
He's
him
dead.
Lost.
Wait, hang on.
Correct.
Yeah, he mech'd, but shouldn't you die instantly? So you shouldn't be able to mech, because if the mech happens, you should be able to heal up enough that you'd survive.
Yeah. No clue. No clue, Obi-Wan Kenobi. That is just the mysteries of the Dota 2 universe. That somehow you can get off mech without...
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
So this is like the Star Wars movie, it's just coming to kill a planet.
saying that's...
Obviously the targeting system was a little off.
Not what they hit first.
Radiant's top tower is under
Do you want me to spoil? Apple? Dismembers over on Fada to get the double silence, but then Fada just triggers the BKB. Undershock, oh, he got away again. He'll disjoint the attack, but Fada, they do turn through the Aegis the Immortal. Meanwhile, on bottom lane, the bottom tower's been taken out. And goddamn, Shallow Grave allows him to survive the rockets. But Matoma's in very, very deep.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
It's a little off target. Sorry, did you have a Star Wars question, Kat?
No.
I would probably have an answer for you.
I was talking about.
True, but it was green in the original.
Yeah.
I don't even remember what color it was in the new one.
Under attack.
I don't remember.
Don't worry, if anyone's ever worried about someone spoiling the new Star Wars movie for you, it's the same as all the others.
Did you watch the original? They now call it Episode 4. Did you see that? Yeah, it's that.
7.
What? No, I was talking about the original. Referencing. As in, have you seen episode?
Unstoppable.
I don't want to say too much, because if I actually go into this debate, for all those people out there who haven't seen the new Star Wars film, I'm going to like screw with them. Oh, hello, relocate back over, Sharshlo, isolated, the hook, it catches up with Tumblr in the middle of the silence too, but the snowball kicks in, they protect him for a split second, allowing the Yule Scepter up, but Tumblr, he's still gonna die to YOLO Warrior, the Shallow Grave, allowing him to TP out. If they've got a stun, they've got a Hex. That'll do the job, and Team Liquid, they are now in a heavy advantage position. The Puck's trying to slow things down, but goddamn, it's dead. So nice way to put it.
Alright, Liquid. Just keep rolling down mid. I gotta go pee. If you could end this for me, I would be very grateful.
Wow.
I mean, seriously, once the OD got BKB, I don't like the Enchantress is kind of keeping them in the game on HellRaisers, but the BKB just destroys them so badly. You were watching like Bada for like 2 seconds. He was like, "I'm gonna try to do this without BKB," and Untouchable was just too much for him to handle, and he's like, "Screw it, BKB," and he just blows up the Enchantress so quickly.
There is no answer to this game. It's permanent Hex as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
the Ember Spirit sucks.
Yeah.
Radiant's middle barracks
No one's got
are
BKBs. Even if you did, the second the BKB wore off, Matumba would just continuously hex you. And if that doesn't work, Fada's got a hex of his own. Kuro is walking around with bloody Shadow Blade, so you think you get an initiation on him, and he just goes invis on you.
Oh, that's gonna hurt.
At least the negative weave effect's gonna be nice. The Ember Spirit can do more damage, but Sharshlo fucking save. That Enchantress alive, Fada. Oh, okay. God damn. Jan.
They already even finished off the Ranger Act.
And
all that time.
in trouble. With that hook, they've got him. The Geometry Science in the middle of the open at the moment.
Oh, Liquid
and Fada
are
and G-Rex are not too healthy. They may not have enough damage to actually fight this, or enough life to fight this, but Tumblr with the Yule Scepter, he dodges the last little bit of damage and then he denies himself with a Bloodstone. They see G-Rex, but it's a little bit too late, but they're looking for the big ones. It's Kuro as well as Fada. They got the Dream Call. Afro gonna Yule Scepter up Fada to follow up with the phase shift, and the relocate save from Kuro was at the wrong time. He's coming back to his own death, and Team Liquid just gave so much to HellRaisers.
They really did. Holy cow, I can't believe they stuck around for that so long. If Liquid had just played this very formulaic, I think they had the game in the bag, but yeah, they were over 15,000 gold, but then they just lost a pretty massive fight. They could have just given up mind control and called it a day. They took a full, like, they took tier 2, tier 3, and melee racks, and then Ranger X is practically, like, it's on life support right now.
Yep.
So they had everything. The world was their oyster. All they had to do was just back up and play it safe. But now HR just won a big fight. They're going to try and force some buybacks. If they don't force buybacks, at the very least, they'll get some objectives. Looks like maybe tier 3. But even that is questionable.
Like, it would only take one buyback for them to probably just say, you know what, let's get the hell out of here. The bottom lane's pushing in too much as well. Or they'll need a pick-off to make this work.
Or Tinker defends well enough. You know, that's why I'm like, I don't know about tier 3, because you're going uphill against a Tinker. That's really difficult, so they don't even try.
Yeah.
And their high ground power is so garbage on this team. It's Enchantress. That's kind of it.
It's Pudge Hook is their high ground. Like
Yeah, exactly.
Like they get a kill through Pudge Hook, and then they can look for another kill, and
Yeah,
then
you
maybe they can go high ground.
You don't go high ground and fight Liquid. You pull them down from their high ground, and then you fight them on the low ground. That's what you do.
Pretty much it. Break the line somehow. Break the line.
Yeah.
They starting to build towards items which could potentially work nicely, like Afro getting into his Scythe of Vice. BKB from Pudge is his next choice. The Ember Spirit, he's got a Mithril Hammer right now, but I assume also BKB. The Enchantress got her critical item. That's her finished BKB. She actually disassembled for that Ogre Club. Yellow Warrior, he can tank through a lot, but can't tank through this. Kuro, he's down. Batoma's here as well, but now the BKB from Sharslo, he can start pumping it out and just pushing that damage forward. Jirak, Thundershock keeps it controlled long enough. They're gonna find the 2 kills. BKB of Sharslo, though, is losing time. What's that hook? You try to pull the Dazzle back a little bit further.
Yeah, with those double BKBs, they can walk underneath that March of the Machines so freely. That universal to magical damage change, it was definitely big for the Tinker, but most people were really thinking about the fact that you can't clear through ancient stacks anymore. And obviously that's the biggest change, but the fact that you, that in these fights, like he had like 4 March of the Machines down, and Enchantress and Ember Spirit just didn't care because of their BKB. Now with the DD and a little bit of timing, they could still do Roshan and still go uphill. But I think like Liquid have just been getting over anxious. They're really giving HR an opportunity in this game that I don't really think they had previous.
Did Fada use? Fada didn't use buyback, but he just spent all of his money for it. So now he's got a refresher roll. Or at least he's got the 10 seconds.
Oh, but imagine if he gets picked off right now.
If he
HR could win this game.
If he does, then this is potentially the game. So Fada goes to the run. The Impairs are still flying his way with the Dismember. They lock him down. Fada! He's down!
Oh my god!
On the sidelines.
Alright, never mind. I'll just pee my pants. It's all good. Go UHR. This is such a good comeback from them. Potential comeback. Like, they're still really far down, and I still don't know how they're going to be able to crack base, but...
They can at least take the Roshan off Team Liquid, and this is able to slow down a lot Team Liquid's potential just to end the game. But now Mind Control, they keep the vision up. The OD cannot buy back. They're just shutting through 5 heroes locked inside the pit. The BKB has arrived, however, for YOLO Warrior. He needs to get himself out of here and find himself a bloody hook, because right now they're taking too much damage. It's a never-ending march!
The Roshan is down to half health.
They can go back and do it again. Like,
Yeah, they can still do this.
Tinker's regenerating as quick as he possibly can. It's just making sure they don't lose any heroes while they do this. Get the Aegis Immortal in, so in comes the Sigil. The hook from YOLO Warrior still unable to connect, and the Aegis goes into the hands of the puck. A Spirit away and Enchantress as well as the Dazzle are left behind.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
They'll take the gem and they'll get themselves out. They got lanes to try and get control of again.
They still have to win, like, I think 2 or 3 more fights before
Radiant's
they're
bottom tower is
truly,
under
like,
attack.
back to even with Liquid.
Yeah. It's just that opening they managed to get. Like, you catch OD after he spends his money.
Because part of the problem is that, like, even when they successfully defend, it's so hard for them to push high ground. Plus, there's a decent amount of split pushing, and that just both of those problems comes from one hero, and that's the Tinker. So if they don't kill the Tinker, then it's like you can't really push high ground. Plus, your side lanes are going to be pushing in. That's why you need like 3 more fights. Oh, in most other comps that have some sort of high ground push and they're not dealing with a Tinker, I'd say like 1 more fight, they go high ground, they force buybacks, everything's back to even. But unfortunately, it's just the nature of their lineup. They were never meant to be in this position in the first place. They had to win that early game. They had to take over the game at that 25-minute mark, which they did, but Liquid kind of weathered through everything.
I think it only now gets the Dagon. 44 minutes in, and he's looking for the kill potential. Adding a little bit more pressure towards the mid. They'll allow the wave to push in. Obviously, it does have the super creeps there. The hooks fishing from YOLO Warrior. Trying to unwillingly bring Team Liquid into their base. But it's just a fish, because he doesn't see anything. There's no vision for HellRaisers outside the base right now. The only vision you've got, like, which is huge up on the top, is from the Aghanim Center of Mind Control, and then the Dire Observer Ward from Team Liquid. In fact, where is... Is that the only obs on the field? It is.
Yeah. What can you do against Night Stalker with Gem?
Yeah, you can't really do anything.
Radiant can't get anything up. Liquids, I bet Liquid's just in out of wards. Yeah, they only have one in stock right now.
HellRaisers is actually out of wards apart from the one on, like, they've got a couple of heroes, Dazzle, as well as Pudge, but Ember Shock. He's in a little shock. Gets back to base, out to safety. Mind Control is not a healthy man, however, but...
Oh, he still got what?
How?
He still got him.
Did he jump back?
Radiant's
No, he
middle
died
tower
at will.
Has fallen.
The rocket's not disjoint.
Did a rocket come and get him?
That had to have been it. Because the
Oh,
rockets
cow.
wouldn't disjoint from the jump.
Radiant's bottom
yeah, I
tower
missed.
is under attack.
I mean, that's huge. They forced out buyback with this.
Part of though, like, he's still got the refresher orb available. So he wants to throw the ulti, but they get the pick up. Barda with the silence as well. He can't instantly attack. The relocate save was there. Barda takes so much damage, however.
Radiant's
The Ember
top
Spirit
tower
does
is
buy
under
back,
attack.
and he's the man to get the kill over on the Tusker. He just puts buyback on Undershock on cooldown. He jumps forward. He gets a searing chains over on the Tinker, but he's just so deep. Without his BKB up, now Afro will make the play, but Farda, he's here. He wants to drop the ulti. The Aegis, the Maul is the only thing that will be expended. And Farda's down again. A minute and a half on the silence, but Tubberman's trying to get himself out of here. Just rearming the blink, and then the PT out. There's no stun for Undershock to stop him now.
I don't think I've ever seen a Tinker do that. It was just he rearm blinks down the lane like that. Oh, that was great.
The little hops.
Oh man, if they got the Tinker there. I mean, granted, Tinker has Bloodstone, and he's still got a decent number of charges, so. But if Tinker's down, they 5-man down mid. Maybe they get a tier 3 or something. At the very least, maybe they could force an offensive fight for once. You know, a fight that's not on their side of the map.
Radiant's
Matumba
courier has been
just
killed.
caught out the courier. It was actually making a move with an ether lens of goddamn.
Oh yeah, so we could sit farther back for the Shallow Grave.
Yeah.
Yeah, and weave as well.
There's the recipe in the ring though. And it was going to the it was going to the secret shop.
Wait, it had the ring of health on it?
Yep. And it went to the shop. I'm assuming someone else was using it, and they just didn't realize that lens was there. Charge slow. Like, I know you got a BKB in the side of Fistirian Chains. They're trying to make the most out this time. The OD's dead, but it just can't push fast enough. The lanes are too far out of control for them.
So Enchantress will sell the Drum of Endurance. I'm gonna back Moonshard here. I really do feel like it's the best item at this point in time for you. You don't have to worry that much about your intelligence once you've got these later levels. Past level 16, you got so much stats in intelligence that I think you're okay in mana pool.
How does the interaction with something like Daedalus work? Obviously, it's not
it's
gonna.
just your regular damage.
It's just gonna be the regular damage.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not as impressive then.
No, not very good at all.
I'm just thinking she's gonna be like that quick killer.
Yeah.
And yeah, attack
yeah.
speed's probably gonna be that.
And that's why I really like Moonshard. I also played around with Blink Dagger. I feel like it's very strong on because positioning is key on her. So it's kind of like the same way. I was like, what would Eternal Envy do at this point? You know, and because I was thinking like the way he plays his clinks.
You mean what's the YOLO item in the late game?
Nah, I mean the way he plays his clinks. The Blink Dagger build that he kind of innovated.
Yep.
No, it's the same exact thought of an Enchantress. You just want to sit and right click. You don't want to move around. It's too much hassle, you know? Too much hassle. You just want to sit there and right click. And obviously positioning is even more important for an Enchantress than a Clinks.
Speaking of items, like, yeah, we keep talking about like how much damage the Enchantress does, but the physical damage of the Ember is getting bigger and bigger. Like, these creep waves are coming in force. So he's getting a lot of jumps. You saw what he did on that bottom lane. That was like that was 2 waves and a half. On one side of Fierce got rid of most of it. He's looking at his next damage dealing item. Potentially, he could sell the drums and go Rapier. Combination with the Chrysalis. There's no reason to have something like a Monkey King Bar because he's not fighting up against Evasion. Or is it enough just to go for a Daedalus and finish that up? Does he need that extra little bit of damage? Is the question.
Get Daedalus. Sell drums for fine.
Like, what's the order though? Like, do you go into Rapier and just keep the Chrysalis?
I
think you're close enough. Found himself a Tusker. Into the Dismember. Ghost won't protect you from that one. And now he can trigger the BKB. They got the Hex over on Fada. He's in pretty deep. Now his BKB will trigger, but Charge Flow, he's holding off on his BKB as long as he possibly can. And Fada, he'll save himself a moment with a defensive imprisonment. That's all it's going to be. The puck will find the kill. The orb was flying straight through him. Meanwhile, up on top, there was a little bit of damage done to the tier 3 tower, but it's a Tinker. Like, he's not killing a building.
Well, it's another hold
They
from
see.
HellRaisers. Nice play.
Stay here, Kuro.
Radiant's top tower
Touch wants a
has
hug.
fallen.
How much strength do you got? 45 extra strength right now. Not amazing.
And now Puck's looking for Matumba.
Radiant's top
Doesn't
tower
jaunt,
is
though.
under attack.
Just tries to force the Tinker back. But Ember Spirit being dead kind of slows down the item. And finally, that lens can be completed over on the Dazzle. A little bit more range to work with. It's actually so big for something like Shallow Grave, because he just can't be in range of the OG. Like, it's Heal Bomb, Shallow Grave, Weave. Heal Bomb, Shallow Grave, Weave. Heal Bomb, Shallow Grave, Weave.
I think
All counts.
Okay, so I was thinking, like, you don't want to take away the Hood of Defiance and make yourself super squishy as
Again!
Radiant's courier has been killed.
ain't no donkey love
Radiant's
here.
bottom
Check
tower
the
is
ward.
under attack.
So I think as an Enchantress, maybe when it's time, you replace the Hood of Defiance with Scotty. Still, you still keep yourself relatively tanky. It's not like it's going to be a huge loss going from Hood to Scotty. Effective HP against that.
That's such a quick Roshan.
But it will increase, just all your stats across the board, plus it gives you a
Apo. They found Matumba. Now he doesn't have BKB, he's going to Yule Scepter and buy a little bit of time. Now, YOLO... Okay, they're being really defensive. They don't know where Liquid is. I think they're starting to cotton onto the fact, though. Team Liquid aren't coming to try and defend Matumba, and they've got to be somewhere else. The Wisp just relocated himself back to base, so you don't have that extra support from the IO. Fada goes to the BKB, they can see how low Roshan is, but YOLO Warrior didn't get his BKB up in time. He's going to actually rot himself to death. The buyback is available, he's going to use it, TPing out as quick as he can. The problem is HellRaisers, they're losing too many players bit by bit because Matumba is just going, I don't know. Fada's now in there as well. And that is going to be the Aegis Immortal in the hands of the OG. HellRaisers losing players left, right, and center. Matumba, I think, has used like 5 different Dagon attacks now. He'll go back to base after a long, hard fight. That is, yeah.
Alright, Understruck's the game thrower, that's all I can say. I congratulate him on his $322 he won from this game. I don't even know. Like, why in the world did he pop BKB, go into the Roshan pit? And yeah, it was a bit low, but it's 55 minutes in and you're an Ember Spirit. The reason an Ember Spirit is garbage at going uphill is because he does no direct single target physical damage. It's just the way it is. You rely on Sleight of Fist. You don't right-click people most of the time, you're just Sleight of Fisting all the time.
Oh, nice hook. YOLO Warrior, at least able to grab Kuro. The buybacks are coming in thick and fast, but the Dagon is as well. They bring down the Dazzle. He has buyback available, and they're scrambling the defense Charge Flow. He's trying to kill off Fada, but Fada just keeps running closer and closer. The damage just isn't there. Now you get the Hex over on the Enchantress, removing a huge portion of the damage. Fada, they still haven't found that kill. Matumba, for some reason, found himself inside the Radiant Fountain. He's trying to get back out with simple Yules and Blink. Undershock will die, and that's the game. They've lost too many heroes, too many times. Everyone's expended buybacks, so there's just no more lives to come from this. Sharpshooter can't even pump any more damage. Fada, only now is the Aegis the Immortal actually being triggered. With the Sheep's Guard, YOLO Warrior tried to deny himself. That was the only dream he had right there.
that silence is destroying shots, though. The fact that it's nighttime, he just can't get any intended shots off. So while he's the last to die, he hasn't been able to get very much damage out at all.
Middle tower is
And
under
then the Tinker
attack.
comes in, daggons across the board, and
Even
now
Nightstalker had one at
finally
the end.
Liquid will take it. What a dip. What was that, like 20 minutes ago, where we had that point in time where HR made their first like stand, where they were behind by 15,000 and still kept on going? Man, I just tried to shot.
I found it hilarious too, the fact that Roshan bashed him halfway through it.
Oh man,
That's
I was just losing my mind watching that. I was just like, what? Like the rest, like none of his team is like helping him with that. Everyone else is just fighting, and he's just like, "Don't worry, guys, I'm gonna." Like, even if he does Roshan there and he gets the Aegis and
he still has no friends. Like all of his team would be dead.